So this will be something that we've not done before. This is we're going to go over dumb hauler fits, primarily deep space transports, and we're going to go over ganks.
Welcome
we've done it
to the Dragons.
Project _2501_ just followed.
Project, thank you for the follow. Welcome. We've looked at dumb freighter fits before, and it's been educational and entertaining. And so there's only, one right answer, in my opinion, for a hauler fit or for a freighter fit, which is an obelisk that's brick tanked. But there's a lot more variety when it comes to deep space transports. There's a lot more methodology into it on what you're trying to do and everything. So for it to be a gank, it has to be in high sec. And so all of these are ganks, and you can see here that a lot of them are in the normal locations. So we're going to go over the fit, and we're going to go over the value that they were carrying, and we may look at whether or not it was a gank contract if it looks like there was contract items involved. So, all right, we're going to start here with Udema, and this is a Mastodon. So, a Mastodon is primarily a shield-based ship, and Minmatar is the fastest on alignment. This one is speed fit. So they've got hyperspatial velocity optimizers in here, which is to get a higher warp speed, and they have inertial stabilizers. In fact, let's look at this fit here, and take a look at what it actually looks like. So this one may or may not be bad. I don't know. 290 million. That's not too bad. 10.52 on the align time. All right. So, guys, listen. I mean, 5.02 AU. These give faster warp speed. 25% bonus. And so yes, he's able to fly at 5. Now, he's okay. This doesn't make much sense because you can totally put stuff into tank here and remove one of these items here and put in a propulsion, an afterburner, and instead of 10.52 for alignment, you can get 10 with the propulsion trick. Simple as that. Simple as that. He does not need to have all of this stuff down here. He could literally offset what he's losing by taking one of these items out of here with having a lot more tank. He has 92,000, which is not bad, but it's the power in these is in the overheat. And so he's got these other shield things here, and I might say, oh, and he doesn't even have a Tech 2 one here. What is this guy doing? This just isn't a very good fit. If we overheat this, he goes to 104. If we were to take, one of these out and then put in another one of these and overheat that, I don't know what it'll go up to, 110 or something like that. Well, 110 is not very good. It's not very much. It's just not very good. They're doing this because they want that speed. Maybe this is lazy speed. Maybe not enough skills? Could be. So, and what are they carrying in cargo here? Oh, they're carrying some things. Some copies of things. So you had 551 million in cargo. The problem is they're going through your demo with this. I mean, they spent 23 ships on it, so they spent about 230 million to get a drop of 425 million. See, you're over the edge there for what is potentially worth it for them. And so basically they say, okay, he's got 500 million worth of loot. If half of it drops and we spend 23 ships, 230 million, most likely we'll break even or make a small profit. Well, they made a better profit because 425 million dropped. So, you know, let's see here. This one is not, it's an Akator, which is my one of my favorite ships. The Impel actually way outperforms an Akator. Interesting. So this guy has an interdiction nullifier, which means he's taking this into null. Did it happen during the event? No, didn't. He's taking this into null. And he doesn't have very much cargo. 16 million? What, did they kill him just for the hell of it? This is a gank. They didn't like his face or something like that? Did they piss him off? Because this, they didn't make any money on. Now, is he fit right for null? And nah, he's trying to fly fast here. You don't need a micro warp. You use an afterburner to get this off in 10 seconds. His alignment time here is not going to be very good. It's not a very good fit. Yeah, just for fun kill, huh? All right. So now here's a system we don't see too often. 1.74 billion. So he was carrying quite a bit. He dropped 720 million. And the total cargo was 1.4 billion. Oh, damn. He has these Athanor quantum cores on him. All right, so you should have made 2 trips, buddy. Not just one. First off, too much. Too much. And then secondly, this guy is going for alignment. He's dual prop. And a ship scanner? I have no clue. No clue. God, what is this about people trying to go fast in their DSTs? They're trying to get 5 AU instead of 3.5 by putting those rigs in. But they give up so much tank. He has nothing here to overheat. He has nothing to protect him. Now, this is kind of an odd system. I'll give it that. And so, but let's look at what this actually feels like here. So, oh my goodness. Okay, buddy. All of this down here is bullshit. Well, especially these 4. Because this right here will get you at at a 10-second jump. You're at 9.82 with all this. It's not necessary. Not necessary. You really should be having all kinds of armor stuff down here that you can overheat. And so this right here is to get him a little bit more warp speed. So he's up at 5.48. And then this is for going, you know, if he's going into null, to give him a warp core strength so that he can better get away. But he got popped in high sec. This is not a high sec fit. And this right here is unnecessary even in null. The difference between 9.82 and 10 seconds is 1 tick, 1 second. So effectively, with this right here, he can get out at 10 or 11 ticks, depending on how quick he is to hit it. Whereas how he's fit here, he's able to get out in 10, but he doesn't need that. He just doesn't need it. It's not necessary. He should have had more tank. How many people killed him? 5. Wow. Oh, well, they spent some ships on him. But it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that they spent these, because he was hauling like 1.4 billion in cargo, and they got a drop of 720 million. So, all right. Another one in Udema. Did they just kill him just because? So this is shield fit. That's proper. This is not. That should really. I really believe that should be an afterburner. And the interesting thing about these power diagnostic systems, they actually give you more shield as well. He's cargo expanded. Why? Why is he cargo expanded? Listen, you don't use your cargo bay. You use your fleet hangar. The cargo expanding this is only going to add a little bit. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. So the fit is okay-ish. Is this a festival launcher? It is. The fit's okay-ish. This right here, not necessary. The micro jump and the cloak, some people believe in that. I don't use it anymore. It's hard to execute. And here he is, the hyperspatial velocity optimizers, so that he can get up to 5 AU. So these guys are all speed fit. And speed fit is wrong. Because you just use an afterburner and you get off in 10 seconds. So there's no sense in a whole other speed fit and everything. I mean, you can be speed fit for fast AUs if you want, but you are giving up by using those rig slots so that you can go faster in warp. You are giving up tank, and you're giving up a lot of it, because the proper rigs in there is I don't know. Here's 1.6 billion. So he had 1.3 billion in stuff that he was hauling. So here he had stuff in the fleet hangar. And then he has stuff in the cargo hold. What was worth so much? I mean, I guess they're all just a bit of stuff. So those rigs were 50 million. Again, wrong propulsion. This guy is fit for null. It's got an interdiction nullifier there. I mean, you could be looking at this propulsion for running in null that you're going to try and get back to a gate faster. The problem is they usually shut you down. What do I mean by use the fleet hangar? You use the hangar called fleet hangar for the cargo. It's way bigger than the cargo hold, and you can put stuff in it. So this guy is kind of alignment fit. I don't know. The fact that he's in high sec, so here's the deal. If I'm going into low sec or null sec, I use a different fit than what I use in high sec. This guy could have come out of null and everything. He's got station stuff here, so you know it's possible. It's possible he was coming out of null, and that's why he's null fit. I'll give that guy a pass, I guess. Except that his value of his cargo is kind of high. So 200 and some odd million. I mean, what was he, empty? He was pretty much empty. And who took him out? Safety took him out. They were bored. They must have been bored. So, yeah. They used 30 ships on him too. So this is just testament to the fact that you don't have to be hauling cargo to be a target. So keep that in mind. You want to always fit. Okay, so here, let me tell you a little story here. I used to fly Fenriers, which are the Minmatar freighter, and I would put inertia stabilizers in them, and so that they would get to warp as fast as possible. And that's how I would run with them whenever they were empty. Well, what I found out was, just like this guy, people will kill you just because they can. And so I would brick tank them whenever I had, cargo in. But after that, I brick tanked. I quit using the Fenriers, and I went to Obelisks, and I brick tank them even with an empty. And I haven't been killed in a few years now. So, and I fly a lot. So people just don't want to mess with it. It's just too much work for them. All right, here's one, 3 billion. Oh, and God, the next one, oh my God. Next one's 4 billion, and then the one after that's 42 billion. All right, so this is a 3 billion loss in high sec in a 0.7. So they were coming after this guy. They're like, we want him. How much dropped? What kind of drop did they get? They only got 514 million. They threw tornadoes at him. Yep. So, and 8 of them, 8 tornadoes. And so what? Those are 80 million a piece. Let's just say 100 million. And at 100 million a piece, they spent 800 million, and they potentially were going to get a drop of 2.75 billion. It was not in their favor. It was 500 million, but they could have been the other way around. It could have been that they got 2.5 billion. And so this guy is null fit. He's carrying too much cargo, too high of a value, and he's carrying an implant. Oh my goodness. So let's just say he was coming out of null. He could use a boo book, And hide that he has that implant on him. Oh, he had a Varger on him too. Oh my god, a Varger. That's what the big money is. The Varger. And it did not drop. It got destroyed. You know, he's got these other implants and stuff. Why? I tell you, if you're flying in null and you're trying to get stuff out, go to the nearest high-sec station and drop shit off. And then transport the rest of the way a different method, whatever is appropriate. Because this was too much money to be carrying in this. They probably were chasing him. So, wait. Oh, here's his rigs. I'm like, where's his rigs? The rigs are not bad. And his fit here is not bad. I still think that this should be an afterburner. This is fit for null. This stuff is not necessary. Use the propulsion trick. You're not going to get sub 10 seconds even with adding shit in here. You're just not. Use the propulsion trick. That'll get you out in 10 seconds. All right, so here's 4.13 billion. Speed fit. This guy is totally speed fit. And he's got shields on an armor ship. And he's got an armor module in here. How much cargo value do I consider to be reasonable? It really depends. But I say $1 billion in these, but you got to have the right fit. If you don't have the right fit, this is a shit fit. Again, we're seeing this same thing over and over and over again. Is that people are trying to be fast. Well, listen, fast is not the right answer. This is not a race car. This is a transport ship. And it's just not right. This all should be armor stuff down here. Maybe a damage control. The rest of it should all be armor. And this would be an afterburner, micro jump, whatever. You could put in a shield thing in here. It's not going to be very effective. And this guy, see the hyperspatial velocity optimizers. The people are trying to get the faster speed, and they are paying for it. And this guy was carrying far too much. If you're carrying in null, I don't typically worry as much about how much I'm carrying in null because it's all about the avoidance and it's all about using a scout and everything. And if you use a scout properly, you don't have any problems whatsoever. And if you're in something like a jump freighter is the safest ship in the game. And they've made some changes that they're not as safe as they used to be, but it's still the safest ship to fly in when done properly. And that's because you don't jump into systems where there's unknowns, where there's hostiles. You have a scout there, and that scout might be your Sino. And you don't jump if there's any question about somebody landing there at the same time as you. You have patience. That's what this fit lacks. It lacks patience. All right. Last one here. We're 42 billion. Whew. Oh my God, he's cargo expanded. What the hell? You don't use your cargo bay. Unless you are moving house and you're filling everything to the max. What the hell? Oh my goodness. So, null fit. He's got a nullifier here to get through the bubbles. He's got a warp core equalizer, Tech 1. Why not Tech 2 so you can get a +2 instead of a +1? He's got hyperspatial velocity optimizers and all of these cargo holds. Now here, this is interesting. He's triple prop. At least he's got this so that he can get off to warp fast enough. He wasn't trying to get speed by loading this full of inertia stabilizers. This is a suspect kill mail. Let's see, how much was the total cargo? $42 billion? 33 billion dropped. All right, what has he got in here? Oh my God, he's got blueprints. He's got 3 of these modules worth 2 point. Okay, let's go to the top because I want to look at something. We got our high slots, our mid slots, our low slots, our rigs, fleet hangar. He's using the fleet hangar. Wait. He doesn't have anything in the cargo hold. All of this is in the fleet hangar. He doesn't need to have all of these in here. It's just not necessary. It is absolutely not necessary. He is not even got anything in the cargo hold. Here. I think I need to do this. And going to be our it's like what the hell, man, on this fit. So anyway, it is definitely what the hell, right? I mean, it is nonsensical that it doesn't make any sense whatsoever that he has that stuff in there. So anyway, all right, well, that's blur the poor guy's name out. Oh, well, he obviously made a mistake. And so in chat, !fits, I have an Octour fit that's really good. I highly suggest. Notice that we didn't see any impels. The impel fit that I have is much better. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description for my fits. So anyway, yeah, this is this one doesn't make any sense. You know, if it's a newer player, I get the mistakes that have happened, and but it is, you know, it would be hard to say that this is a newer player as well with the value of the stuff in here, because the value of the stuff here is quite high. Like, here's 9 of these afterburners for 4 billion. You know, personal effects, 464 million. 3.3 billion for personal effects. These are the things that you turn into NPCs. 11 billion for 13 shield hardeners. 4 billion for some micro warp drives, 11 of them. Man, they got a payday. How many people did it take to take him out? 5. Guys, 5 people splitting 33 billion. Hell yeah. So, anyway.
Welcome to the Dragons.
SR Maritone just followed.
For Marathon, thank you for the follow. Welcome. All right, that's it for the dumb hauler fits.